first time I met Wonderboy, he pissed on me. I suppose he was trying to warn me off, which was quite prescient when you consider how things turned out. One afternoon in late October, somewhere between Stoke Newington and Highbury, I'd ventured into an unfamiliar street and come upon the entrance of a cobbled lane that led in between two high garden walls. After about 50 metres, the lane opened out into a grassy circle, and I found myself standing in front of a big double-fronted house, half derelict and smothered in ivy, so completely tucked away behind the gardens of the neighbouring houses that you'd never have guessed it was there, crouched behind a straggly privet hedge and a thicket of self-seeded ash and maple seedlings. I assumed it was uninhabited. Who could live in a place like this? Something was carved on the gatepost. I pulled the ivy aside and read, Canaan House. Canaan. Even the name exuded a musty whiff of holiness. A cloud shifted, and a low shaft of sunshine made the windows light up momentarily like a magic show. Then the sun slipped away, and the flat, dusky light exposed the crumbling stucco, the bare wood where the paint had peeled away, rag-patched windows, sagging gutters, and a spiny monkey puzzle tree that had been planted far too close to the house. Behind me the gate closed with a clack. Suddenly a long, wailing sob, like the sound of a child crying, uncoiled in the silence. It seemed to be coming from the thicket. I shivered and drew back towards the gate, half expecting Christopher Lee to appear with blood on his fangs. But it was only a cat, a great white bruiser of a tomcat, with 3 black socks and an ugly face, who emerged from the bushes, tail held high, and came towards me with a purposeful glint in his eye. "Hello, cat. Do you live here?" He sidled up, as though to rub himself against my legs, but just as I reached down to stroke him, his tail went up, his whole body quivered, and a strong squirt of eau de tomcat suffused the air. I aimed a kick, but it already melted into the shadows. As I picked my way back through the brambles, I could smell it on my jeans. It had a pungent, faintly gluey smell. Our second encounter was about a week later, and this time I met his owner too. One evening at about 11 o'clock, I heard a noise in the street, a scraping and scuffling followed by a smash of glass. I looked out of the window. Someone was pulling stuff out of the skip in front of my house. At first I thought it was just a boy, a slight, sparrowy figure, wearing a cap pulled down low over his face. Then he moved into the light, and I saw it was an old woman, scrawny as an alley cat, tugging at some burgundy velour curtains to get at the box of my husband's old vinyls half buried under the other junk. I waved from the window. She waved back gaily and carried on.